to my death, we got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
So long as you are trying to make progress, you will go up. But up always implies down. So while you are trying to get better and better and better, that means that when you get to the best, you can only go on to the worst. And so you go round and round and round, ever chasing the illusion that there is something outside yourself, outside your here and now, to be attained that will make things better. And the thing is to recover from that illusion. So a Buddha means somebody who has woken up and discovered that running around this thing may be fun, and it may be good to run around, but if you think you're going to get something out of it, you're under illusion, because you're forever the donkey with the carrot suspended from his own halter. Now then, it goes on to say that there's only one place, one point in this wheel from which you can become a Buddha, and that's here. The Devas are too happy to become Buddhas, or to worry about becoming a Buddha. The Narakas are too miserable. The Asuras are too angry. The animals are too dumb, and the pretas too frustrated. Only in the middle position, the position of man, which is, you could say, the equal position, the position of sufficient equanimity to begin to think about getting off this rat race. Only from there, you see, can you become a Buddha. So the position of a Buddha may be represented either as not on the wheel at all or as right in the middle of it. It makes no difference. And so he is just as, in a way, the axle point, the still point of the turning world, as to use T.S. Eliot's phrase, is the unmoved center, the unmoved mover, the primum mobile, the axle tree of the world. All thought the navel, that's why yogis are said to contemplate their navel. The navel isn't on their tummy, it's this place, the navel of the world. So that's the scheme of cosmology, of ancient Indian cosmology in which Buddhism arises. So you see, therefore, a Buddha is one who awakens from the illusion of samsara. That is, from the thought that there is something to get out of life, that tomorrow will bring it to you, that in the course of time it will be all right. And therefore one is set pursuing time, as if you were trying to quench your thirst by drinking salt.
Listen, that's Alan Watts, man. No disrespect to Sexy Red. No disrespect. But because we are divorced of higher thinking, higher consciousness, Sexy Red can exist. No disrespect, she should exist. She's a part of God too. She should exist. Just somewhere away from the children's eyes. No disrespect. She gets to make her music and live her life, but it shouldn't be at the BET Awards. Do you understand? Because that may place a desire in the hearts of young girls to want to mirror that, right? To look up to that, or to look down from their higher self. Like, Their lower self might be like, yeah, that's my superhero. That might cut them off from being able to look up. Do you understand? See, when you live in a transactional society, a toxic society, what's going to happen is everybody's going to be in survival mode. Survival mode is a toxic place to be. And out of survival mode comes the desire, the wish to have something better, to have something different. Do you see? Nobody, man, are y'all listening to what I'm trying to say? Look at it this way. Codependency, lack, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD, are interconnected phenomena that can stem from early attachment wounds and unmet childhood needs. Individuals who experience codependency may have a heightened propensity for ruminating on external desires and seeking validation and approval from others to fill a perceived void within themselves. Similarly, those with CPTSD may struggle with feelings of worthlessness, shame, and inadequacy, leading to a cycle of self-destructive behaviors and relational problems. By addressing the core causes of codependency, right, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder, individuals can be able to or begin to heal their attachment wounds and cultivate a sense of self-love, self-compassion, self-empowerment, self-worthiness, self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement. See, remember we said happiness is an inside job, so are all these other things. And when you desire compassion, empowerment, love, acceptance, approval, acknowledgement from an external source, you go back into what the great Buddha said. Attachment is what? The source of suffering. Attachment in Sanskrit leads to dukkha. The term dukkha, what does that mean? Dissatisfaction, unhappiness, frustration, anger, disappointment. Do you see? I'm attached externally, desiring internal fulfillment, but only the inside can provide for the inside. But what do we do to the inside? We push it aside. We suppress, repress, and hide. Do you understand? And then we create desires for the external world. Show up for me, external. Because if you do it, I'll be okay. This is Disney. This is come sweep me off my feet. Do you understand? Man, we got callers on the line from all over the country. Let's get them in here. We on fire tonight. I don't know if you know, but we on fire tonight. Let's get Darren from West Palm Beach, Florida in here. What are your thoughts, my friend?
What's good, Zoe?
What's happening, man? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I got a lot of thoughts, man. I just want to say, first and foremost, I've been watching you since I was a little jit. Kind of grew up on that show.
Thank you, brother.
And I used to listen to, like, when you used to spit that knowledge, like, when you came to that God subject,
yeah.
man, I used to say it to a girl one time. I used to spit all that. That's what you said. I did it verbatim. But back to the desires, yeah, you brought up Section Red. That's a good topic of conversation. I think. Wait.
My engineer told me to tell you, don't cuss. We're on national radio right now. No profanity, bro. Okay?
My bad. All
right.
I said, my bad. You brought up Section Red, and I think that's a good topic of conversation. Yeah, like you said, the internal is lockdown, and the external is whatever society based on it. And I agree with that, too, because even me, when I was doing my job, my internal was like, I didn't want to do it. But external, I was like, this is 9 to 5. You got to get paid, the bills, whatever. Long story short, I ended up leaving the job. And that's why I even had the courage to even come on this talk to you because I've been watching you for so long. So I'm like, I wish I could talk to you in real life. So I'm like, why don't do what I want to pursue? So I was like, yo, Zoe be having this channel. Let me see if I could talk to him once in a while, and then it just opened it up. So my desire, internally, just to have a conversation with you, and I mean, I felt good even doing that. I'm like, okay, so you need to. So I agree with you. You need to do what you feel internally, then externally, what society telling you what to not and what not to do.
Man,
and I was like, okay,
I love it.
and that for real, because it was like I've been listening to so long, and I never had the courage to even talk. I was like, yo, I'll just listen. Because I'm like, nah, I can't touch this person. I can't speak to this person. And I just went to my life, and I'm like, yo, man, let me try something different. And then this is the first time I ever did it. I'm like, okay.
See?
I see these old Williams, man.
Come on, man. See? And let me just say, we're not trying to eradicate desire or throw it away.
Yeah.
What we're saying is desire rooted in fear, right?
Yes.
It becomes toxic. Rooted in fear, rooted in scarcity, rooted desire from a survival space. It's not. You see what I'm saying? And most people are coming from that space. Hey, Darren, guess what you just did, brother?
What?
You brought West Palm Beach, Florida in the building. Anytime you want to call me, man, get on the phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. We got time, yeah? We got time today. Kenny from Detroit. What up, though?
What up, brother? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I'm going to go to the biblical part of it. When you were speaking on...
Yo, Kenny, do you have us on Bluetooth or speakerphone? You can't have us on Bluetooth.
I got you.
Headphones.
I'm sorry about that.
AirPods. You just gotta put it on your ear, man, and suffer through it for a few seconds. Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts?
So, I'm thinking of the phrase wishful thinking. The definition of wishful thinking is the attitude or belief that something you want to happen will happen even though it is not likely or possible. In the Bible, Mark 8, what verse is this? It says, he told the disciples, be careful. Jesus warned them, watch out for the yeast of the Pharisees and that of Herod. They discussed this with one another and said, it's because we have no bread. Because that's right before he fed the 4,000. So they got on a boat and they was out to sea. So they forgot the rest of the food. And Jesus was actually a little, I don't want to say irritated or frustrated, but he had to let them know, like, why do you not have faith? Why are your hearts hardened? Mm-hmm. It goes hand in hand with the desires. Mm-hmm. Like you're wishful thinking. You're not really accepting. You don't have any faith. And I think that's the key. The key is faith. A lot of us don't have faith.
Which
you
you cooking right now. Faith is a type of acceptance, is it not?
Indeed.
Faith is very powerful in the moment of uncertainty. Go back to what we said. What is tarrying? To stay somewhere for longer than expected or to be slow in coming or going. Look at that in context of your development as a human being. We tarry with the wounds that we carry. Do you see?
Well, do you think tarry and desires are the same? I believe it isn't.
No, they're not. They're two different things. They're two different things. But what I'm saying is we prolong the tarrying because we have fear-based desires that serve as distractions from the process. tarrying is a process. We are going through a process. And guess what? We're going to be here for a minute. The process of healing, the process of the revelation of self, who we are as is revealed through the mirror of relationship, right? So we're figuring this out. Oh, I've learned a little bit about myself. Okay, how do I heal that? Oh, I learned some more about myself. How do I address that without condemning myself? What happens is desire, which is a wish, takes us away from that process. Do you know how many self-unaware people there are out there who refuse to look at themselves? This is why blame is such a powerful tool for the self-avoidant. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do you see?
So let me ask you this. So are you saying, I'm just trying to summarize what you're saying. So are you saying that carrying is what can I say, is the extension to desires? It's when the desires become out of hand?
No, the desire takes you away from tarrying. Remember.
Okay, good.
Remember,
so we're together.
The great Krishnamurti said, the study of self-knowledge is endless. That never ends. So that's a type of tarrying. Tarry is the present participle of tarrying is the present participle of the verb tarry, which means to stay somewhere for longer than expected or to be slow in coming or going. For example, you might tarry in the park until the day is fading, until your life is fading. You might tarry in the discovery of self-knowledge until your life is fading, and you still may not know everything there is to know about the immensity of who you are. The desire, which is a wish, becomes a distraction that takes you away from the tarrying of cultivating who you are, discovering who you are. It'll take you somewhere because, you know what? I got desire that I should have this right now. I should be seen as this person right now. I should be understood this way. I should be seen and heard. Until you see and hear yourself, who's going to see and hear you? Until you stand up and make your voice known, who's going to hear you? When you lack the confidence that should be behind your voice, let me tell you something, man. There's a difference between demand and command, right? A desire is a demand. A demand doesn't have it. That's why it's demanding it. I demand justice. We shall overcome. Do you understand? I'm demanding something that I do not have. When you command something, boy, that's an example of self-sovereignty. I am a sovereign. I am self-sovereign. The source of all that is permeating through my being. Listen, stay with me. Don't leave, Kenny. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking. Let's go.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Just a few short months ago, California Attorney General Rob Bonta filed 11 felony charges against Diana Turan, an assistant district attorney for Los Angeles County. The charges allege that Turan unlawfully accessed confidential computer data, including police officer files in 2018, and continued to use them after joining the DA's office in 2021. Ironically, Turan, who is now on administrative leave, oversaw the Public Integrity Division, responsible for handling high-profile cases of police misconduct and public corruption, including the charges brought against LA City Council member Kern Price last June. To be sure, the case against Price has raised plenty of eyebrows. Indeed, one noted legal scholar has said publicly, and I quote, "Everything about this prosecution reeks," close quote. Could A.G. Bonta, with aspirations to become California governor, be punishing Turan for her role in D.A. George Gascon's police accountability agenda to curry favor with police unions? Could D.A. Gascon be using the case against Price to showcase his tough stance on crime and political corruption as he vies to retain his seat as DA? Honestly, I have no idea, but here's what I know for sure. Curran Price has been elected and re-elected by thousands of voters, mostly black and brown, who stand to be further disenfranchised if this matter is not handled correctly, which is why it matters to us at KBLA Talk 1580. When the prosecutor is being prosecuted, it seems to me that at the very least, there ought to be a thorough, top-to-bottom, independent review of all cases under Diana Turan's purview to ensure that none of these cases have been tainted. Justice and fundamental fairness demand no less, if public trust truly matters. And I hope it does. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your feedback.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm-fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Man is the creature that doesn't know what to desire. So we look to other people in order to know. We're very different than any animals. Animals have instinctual responses. If they're hungry, they eat. If they're cold, they look for warmth. And we have those instinctual drives too. But how we're different is that we have this whole universe of abstract desires that we don't have any kind of internal radar for. We don't have a mechanism for choosing between these objects of desire. Desire requires forces that are bigger than ourselves. If we could snap our fingers and want anything, then the world would be a very different place. But that's not the way that desire works. So what is mimetic desire? To say that desire is mimetic is to say that it's imitative. We look to models of desire, people that help show us what is worth wanting. There's kind of a certain humility needed to understand that I'm the product of other people's desires, starting with my parents, starting with the friends that I had when I was a kid. We continue that process of mimetic desire well into adulthood, where it goes underground and becomes a lot more hidden than it is when we're children. There are two kinds of desire, thin and thick. Thick desires are like these layers of rock that have been built up throughout the course of our lives. These are desires that can be shaped and cultivated through models like our parents and people that we admire as children. But at some level, they're related to the core of who we are. They can be related to perennial human truths, truth, beauty, goodness, human dignity. Every human being has them. What I call thin desires are highly mimetic and ephemeral desires. They're the things that can be here today, gone tomorrow. They're subject to the winds of mimetic change because they're not rooted in a layer of ourselves that has been built up over time. I think of thin desires like a layer of leaves that's sitting on top.
He's on fire, thick and thin. Thick desires. You hear him, listen. Everything he said was couched in attachment theory. You heard it. The thick desires come from, your childhood. You are made up of the desires of others. Early child. You hear it? This is heavy stuff tonight, man. Very deep stuff. Let me get Kenny back in here to wrap up his thought. Really quickly, Kenny, you got 60 seconds. Go.
I just want to leave with just saying that, religion, spirituality is the key to my faith, and I removed my desires, being too engulfed in my desires by having faith and having straight focus, having something to focus on, having values, having a sense of structure in my life, and that's all I wanted to say. I really didn't have anything to say, so I just put that together. That's all I had to say.
Hey, Kenny, but guess what you just did, though?
I brought Detroit in the building.
You already know what it is. What up, though, Detroit? We appreciate the call. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, one of the legends is in the queue. Nikki from the SIP. Y'all get ready.
What happened then? A minute later, I got the operator saying, please hang up and please your call again. Baby, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. When I dial my baby's number, I get a click every time. Mr. Telephone Man, something's wrong with my line.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. President Joe Biden is reacting to the deadly deputy-involved shooting of Sonia Massey. The president released a statement following the release of body camera footage showing Massey being shot and killed by former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson earlier this month at her Springfield, Illinois home. Biden said Massey is a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young black woman who should be alive today. The president said Massey's death at the hands of a responding officer reminds us that black Americans often face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us don't. Grayson has been charged with first-degree murder, aggravated battery, and official misconduct. Democratic delegates in Virginia are lining up behind Vice President Kamala Harris to be their party's nominee for president. The Virginia Legislative Black Caucus announced all of their members who are delegates will support Harris at next month's convention. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new saucy nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, a participating U.S. Wendy's.
Yeah, y'all, come on. Come on.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey!
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Hey LA, today I'm here to talk to you about Grid Alternatives, which is a nonprofit in LA that focuses on renewable energy. We serve communities who have been left out of the renewable energy sector. We offer paid job training, and in 13 weeks, you can become a solar installer. 80% of our graduates get hired into the industry, and once you're hired in the industry, you stop at a high, medium income. That could be $20 an hour or more. 80% of our graduates get hired into the industry. Call today so you don't be left out at 323-861-0105 or gridalternatives.org, gridalternatives.org.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
This video will be a little bit different than what I've done on the channel so far. As explained in my video on generalism, I have multiple interests and try to recombine them to create something new that is either insightful or inspiring. To me, desire is an interesting topic and it somehow really fits this time of the year. Whether that's Christmas presents that we desire, especially as kids, or New Year's resolutions that we set, which are nothing else than our expressed desire to change in one way or another, or goals we desire to reach and therefore strive for. I'll cover what we desire, why we desire, and if having desires is good or bad in terms of living a good life. From a perspective of Adlerian psychology, also known as individual psychology, Stoicism, and a little bit of Buddhism as well. A few books that I used as resources for this video are Man's Search for Meaning, The Courage to be Disliked, The Individual Psychology of Alfred Adler, Awareness, The Perils and Opportunities of Reality, Discourses, Human Action, and The Shortness of Life. Let's start with goals, which are basically a representation or even synonym to our desires. We set goals to give meaning to our life. This was best captured by Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. In Nazi death camps, he observed that people who had self-proclaimed goals were the ones most likely to survive. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Viktor Frankl was the founder of the psychiatric method of logotherapy, which literally means healing through meaning. Finding a meaning in our life and striving for it keeps us alive and is our primary motivational force.
Do you see? You must keep scarcity away from your desires. You have to. Scarcity makes the desire toxic. Right? When you have a desire that is free, right, of scarcity and fear and the influence of unhealed wounds, then guess what? The desire becomes creative, aspirational even, right? We're aspiring to build something with positivity. I had a friend once say, never write a business plan with fear of failure in your mind, or you'll be writing fear into the business plan. How you gonna get it funded? Back to Jan Van Zandt, everything is frequency and vibration, or Nikola Tesla. Yeah? All right, let me get my callers in here. Nikki from the SIP. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Brothers all in the fam.
Yes.
Okay, the scarcity thing, it's got to go. Scripture reminds us that what we fear comes upon us. So, I understand I'm a secure, so it may be easier for me to arrive at that place. But we can't do the scarcity because it lives in the place where we can't be. Because every time we're afraid, whatever the thing, person, object we're afraid of, it becomes our focus. That's what's going to happen. So what would happen if we decide, and again, I'm secure, so I get that everybody doesn't live there, but if you just decide from the get, whether it's Jesus, the universe, whatever works for you, just determine. If my life is a circle, the universe, Jesus, Buddha, however that goes, has put everything already in the circle. Or do like the face of a watch. 12, 6, 3, and 9. Right? I'm getting it. All of it. The whole everything in the life circle. He's already decided it's mine. Money, a man, a woman, whatever it is for you. Right? The distance between 12 and 3, 3 and 6, etc., is the in process part. But I already decided at 12, I'm getting it. There's no scarcity in I'm getting it.
Come on.
If you a dude, if it's hard for you to get your mind around it, you see a chick you want and decide you want her, guess what? Okay, same thing. Determine that, I'm getting it. Even if it's Andy was talking about, what if I don't really know or haven't figured it out yet? pick a point in the circle and decide I'm getting there. Everything between where you are now and there is the in process part. But it's no scarcity in that because I already decided I'm getting it. It's mine already.
Come on.
I said earlier, if you continue in the scarcity mindset in whatever area of your life, because that happens in other areas too, that is a weight, EIGHT. And that will make the WAIT longer, the distance between the 12, the 3, the 3, the 6, etc. When you are doing the work part of the in progress and you're matriculating properly toward the whatever it is that you already decided is yours, the better at that walk you get, the shorter the distance.
Woo, come on. Oh, Lord. Hey, you already know what I'm about to ask you, right?
I brought Mississippi in the building.
Come on, Mississippi in the building. One of our favorites. And guess what? She said it. Listen, when you're at work, you tarry when you look at the clock. When you're in a relationship that isn't giving you what you think you need, guess what? When you say, oh, my goodness, man, how long do we got to stay in this situation, man? This is just going on and on and on. You're not looking at the jewels that have been given to you because God don't put you in an accident. Please understand, there's always a lesson in an accident, right? The verb tarry, which means to stay somewhere longer than expected or to slow down in coming or going. Peep it. Sometimes when you stop and say, how many more times I got to do this? Why I got to go through this again? So that's the tarrying. You obviously failed the class. That's why you back here. Don't say how many times you got to do it. Why don't you focus on the curriculum and get through it? Oh, man. Oh, Lord. We got callers all over the place. I want to get them in here. Do I got time? Yes, I do. KZell, Northwest Indiana. Get in here.
What up, Brother Zoe?
What
Long
up?
time no hear from.
Yes, sir, brother. Good to have you back, man. What are your thoughts?
Oh, man. This is crazy. I just came from the gym, brothers of KZell, I'm pumping that iron at my age. But I was listening to that. I was actually listening to that book on Audible, and desire, it popped out to me because it said desire is it literally means I do not have. So, that, and he was breaking down how desire is the obstacle. So, and I started thinking about my life and like, dang, a lot of the stuff that I want or I desire, is stuff that I'm desiring now. So what I did, I listened to him. I wrote down the stuff that, I desired. And I said, I'm going to let go of that. I'm not even going to think about it no more. So, but it's true, though. It's like everything that I've strived to get and tried so hard to get or prove to people or whatever, I can't obtain it. But when I sit back and, just chill and even with my relationships, I was going something through my relationship. It's like now I'm kind of laid back. I'm kind of just like, okay, we both getting our little space in and whatnot. And everything seems to be coming together because I'm not putting the effort in. It's not a want. Even if we break it down to the Bible, like Sister said from the SIP, in the Bible it says, "Thou shalt not want." Me and my cousin was meditating on that. It's like, damn, excuse my language. No, you shouldn't be wanting. You shouldn't be wanting. It's even biblical. Thou shalt not want. So you should already feel like you have it. So when you desire something, that's just basically like the brother was saying in the book, David R. Hawkins. It just basically means you don't have it.
I love it, brother. I love it. Hey, man, guess what you just did, KZell?
Brought Northwest Indiana GI in the building, baby.
You already know what it is. We all over the country, but, hey, the book he was referencing, right? Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David R. Hawkins. Look it up. It's an amazing book. Oh, also, please sign up for my masterclass, onestream.tv/The Relationship ER. Trust me, you think the radio shows are deep. Wait till you get into my masterclass, onestream.tv the relationship ER. When I come forward, I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys. Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys. How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Growing up can be a pain. You're not a man until you come of age. We've given up our teenage years in the effort to pursue our career. Who assumes responsibility?
Dear Sadhguru, it is well known that desire is the cause of all sorrows and tension. But being a wife and a mother, being a wife and a mother, I can't get rid of these desires. I seek your valuable advice in this regard. Thank you.
Now, it's not because you're a wife, an internal mother, that your desires have come. If you were nobody's wife, you were probably you were desiring, when you were nobody's wife, you were desiring to be somebody's wife. Now that you're somebody's wife, you desire to have a child and become a mother. Now that you have a child, now you're saying it is these two entities which is making me desire. It is not true. If you were nobody's nothing, even then your desire would still burn within you. Is that so? Yes or no? If you're nothing to nobody in the world, still your desire would burn, isn't it? So please don't think your desires are because of your child or your husband or your family or whatever. Anyway you would desire, because that's your nature.
He wasn't playing. Come on. Let me get Chakra Q from Raleigh, North Carolina. Get up in here, brother. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Chakra, you there?
I'm here. I'm sorry. Peace, peace, peace. I was on mute. So just with the topic at hand, you know, as far as scarcity, and just, you know, the scarcity mindset and abundance mindset and how it applies across the spectrum of human emotions and desires. I think even within the psyche of, let's say, the Black person in America, there's everything that we've coveted has kind of been in our conditioning, right? Us coming here and we wanted what was stripped away from us that we had already had, and in some form of fashion, and then we coveted, I want Master's wife, I want Master's riches. We get freedom and we continue to do that throughout, right, our history here in America. I want the big car, I want this, and you fight and keep clawing, crabs in a barrel or whatever, trying to get these things. I want happiness. You finally get the house and the car, they're thinking that, you know, that's where the happiness was, and once you got it, you realize that that was all a facade. It was all a lie. And so even if you think about like a Steve Jobs, right, everybody would think, well, hey, we're all striving to be this super rich guy. And I'm sure during his dying, I don't know the quote, but it was like he would trade in all of his money for the health. And so the knowledge of self and the tarrying and doing the self-work and realizing who we are and how important health, and you can reference Dr. Sebi and all these things, that is kind of where we're needing to remain just collectively as humankind. But that scarcity mindset creates these desires that we feel like are more important than what we actually, when you do the work, you find that it's been flipped. Black is white and white is black. Everything that we thought wasn't, etc. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that, and the same within a relationship, right? Just how we deal with each other. But it's just like I said, that where you are, once you revealed and discovered that it's your mindset and the scarcity mindset is driving and creating your desires, and you step out of that, you almost become liberated, and you can see, okay, what's really important is the relationships that I build with the people, and I show people kindness and love, and lead through love, and being healthy and helping my brothers become more educated and helping people, you know, around you. That's where the abundance is, and the scarcity is pretty much the enemy of that.
Hey, brother, I love it. I love it. I appreciate you for reaching out, good friend. You already know you got a seat at the table, man. Guess what you just did?
Just brought Raleigh, North Carolina in the building.
You already know what it is, man. Listen, I'm not here to prove nobody right or wrong. These are discussions that I feel like we need to have. You know, if your desires are coming from a place of scarcity, if your desires are coming from an unhealed place, I think it contaminates the creative aspect of desiring without all of that. As the brother KZL just mentioned from Indiana, you know, there's an amazing book you should get, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David R. Hawkins. And in that book, he does indeed say desire, right, means you don't have it, basically. You don't have it, right? And that's a deep way to look at it. Krishnamurti looked at it differently. He said desire is the outcome of sensation, the outcome with all the images that thought has built. Remember that clip we played? He said Desires is either thin or thick. Thick is coming from your attachment styles. So listen to Krishnamurti, the outcome with all the image that thought has built. And this desire does not, listen, and this desire not only breeds discontent, but a sense of hopelessness. Never suppress it. Never discipline it, but probe into the nature of it. What is the origin, the purpose, the intricacies of it? To delve deep into it is not another desire, for it has no motive. Remember, non-objective observation or objective observation when you're looking at wounds? It is the understanding the beauty of a flower, to sit down beside it, to look at it without judgment, without condemnation. See, we can't desire without the filter of our psychological knowledge. Everything we've been through. So the desire is partly created from that. And that creates a problem, right? Oh, I wish I had this. I wish things were different. I wish I could find somebody who could love me. Not understanding, man, love is in you. You are love. Somebody said, you want this gift to come into your life. And I think it was Ida in the chat. But you are the gift, right? You are the gift. Always have been. You're the gift. So, again, we don't tell you what you should think, but we want you to think. At the end of the day, it's up to you to continue these conversations. I love having them. I'm going to be back here tomorrow with another slapper. The voice of reason is always on fire. But let me ask Andy this question really quickly. Andy, did you have a little bit of love is all? Is that on there, man? I was waiting for a little bit of love. You got to give me a little bit of love, man. That was a fire record. Man, New Edition was on fire back in the day. Let's get it. Ah, Andy. See, Andy, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, this is when Bobby left. This is the first record without Bobby Brown. They came with it, though.
You say you want to be the one I need. You say you want to be the one for me. You say you want to be the one I need. But then you go and act so crazy. You say you never want to let me go.
Yeah.
You say you want to be the one I hold. You say you never want
Fire.
to let me
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
But then you go and leave me lonely. If you want to make things right, love can make a way.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign raked in $81 million in